Imagine a conscious contact with God so strong that no matter what you are doing or not doing, that no matter what your kids are up to or not up to, and that whether you've got the person of your dreams or they're just not cooperating, that you are happy, content, and at peace. A space where everyone else's thoughts, attitudes, and actions are beautiful and exactly as they are supposed to be. Well, this is the space where I like to play. My name is Mischa Z, and this is today's Bitch Slap. Join me as I shed light on the thoughts, actions, and attitudes that are causing you pain, and we train our minds to go to the capital S inner self, the joy that is waiting for us, the God within.
I had a thought that if I am going to at some point repurpose these recordings and put them on blurbs on the social media, so TikTok, Facebook, Instagram stories. Doesn't Instagram stories have like 15-second blurbs or something? It's interesting as I look around at the social media. Well, I'll finish the other thought. As I'm going to repurpose the video portion of any of these recordings. So a lot of the recordings that I do on Zoom, obviously, all the Zoom recordings, there's the video is available. I just strip out the audio. And I had the awareness today. I have been off TikTok for a month. It's just distracting me. And I was being a content consumer. And actually, I've been off Facebook and Instagram a lot as well, because I found myself consuming the content. And it takes a lot of time. And that's fine. I'm trying to do other things. And I find if I'm consuming the content, it slows me down a lot or distracts me, or I start thinking about wanting likes and things like that versus my priority, as I've said many times currently, is publishing a podcast episode and pressing on with the summit. And if I'm worried about Facebook and all these things, that the time to worry about that is coming. It is not at this second. So anyhow, I had the awareness that I need to look at the camera more when I'm recording on Zoom. So I'm actually doing that right now. So as I start repurposing clips at some point, because I had this very big aha moment. I was like, oh my gosh, I could find somebody to go through all my Zoom interviews and Zoom episode recordings and pluck out and edit a la Gary V. I'm not saying my content's going to be as robust and vibrant and meaningful as Gary V's, but I could easily pull out 15, 30-second, 1-minute sound bites and repurpose them for other social media short form platforms. And so I was like, let me pay attention to how much I'm looking at the camera. So it looks like, I'm much more, you just have that engagement factor. So I'm doing that right now. I am looking at you right now. Hello. And as I've been researching my speakers in earnest, starting a week-ish ago, maybe 5 days ago, and gaining ground, and I have my, the list of people who can speak to the modalities I have picked out. I'm noticing that there's a lot more interaction with people on Instagram than there is on Facebook. Most of the social media interaction I see where people like and comment and such, there's a lot more of that on Instagram, which I find fascinating. Doesn't mean that people are not on the Facebook. It looks like, in my limited amount of what I'm seeing interaction, that's just the case. And I have found a couple people that are very skilled, however, at creating that engagement factor on Facebook. So that is an interesting thing to note. And I also had the awareness that not a lot of people are doing a lot of Facebook video. And I was like, there's a lot of room to do live stuff on Facebook and grow some activity there. And I also think on the Instagram as well. I did see some people definitely do some live stuff. I don't know enough about it though. I'll be perfectly honest with you. Because I feel like the Instagram limits you to 15 seconds, and then there's the IGTV and the live. Perhaps Instagram Live lets you do it differently. I am not going to let that distract me currently, but it is something that I want to grow to. And then there's the StreamYard, I think it's called, that allows you to stream to multiple platforms. So I think that I will enjoy that and have success engaging an audience doing that. So I'm excited for that. So that is something that can pull me forward as I'm talking about this with you right now. Like, let's get on with that summit so I can get to the live stuff, which I'm excited to do. I think it'll be fun because I think I'll have a capacity for it. But I'll keep digging and looking and report back. And as I have been, I absolutely have the awareness, as well as I get into compare mode and I lose enjoyment of the moment oftentimes when I'm researching influencers or speakers for my summit, because as I'm doing this in earnest, spending a lot of time, and I think an interesting part of it for me is that I'm starting very much from scratch in that regard. So I don't have this big list of influencers that I already know that I want to reach out. I'm literally learning and finding and learning who they are and how to navigate the platforms to find them. So I searched some hashtags. Did you know that you can search hashtags? I know you know. I didn't know. Or I kind of knew you could, but I didn't know that you could. Oh my gosh. I searched my first hashtags with some success, I will say. But seeing influencers that are the illusion of being farther ahead, well, they are literally farther ahead with perhaps monetizing content or amount of followers or being able to navigate multiple platforms, clearly having a team, or they're so good at it and like it so much that they're able to publish across platforms. And some people that are really solid are publishing different content across platforms. Some people are just posting the same stuff on Facebook as they do on Instagram and such, but some people are very good at platform specific content, which I think is pretty awesome. I did find this one influencer who was off Facebook altogether and just committed to the Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. So I look out there and I'm thinking, like, Facebook, how are people using Facebook? Facebook is about the Facebook groups. Facebook groups are very powerful. And I'm strictly speaking from a marketing aspect right now, marketing and engagement. And the groups are where Facebook is extremely strong. Interacting via groups, whether it's people interacting with each other in a group of like-minded, thinkers or interests, and then or interacting with. It's like there's the group lead, what have you. I might be saying that wrong, but I think you understand what I'm saying. But I can definitely feel it can weigh me down. I'm being honest right now and vulnerable and saying that it can weigh me down or make me sad or bum me out, that competitive side. So I think what the big learn and takeaway for Mischa is going to be through this process, or one of the big takeaways is learning to love, be happy for, be supportive of, other people. And I would like to not have to admit that, but it is clearly something I get to do and work on. And I've had glimpses of it, which is awesome, where I'm in the moment, enjoying the search, loving it. It's when an insecurity pops up somewhere, or there's certain triggers. So being aware of the triggers, loving it, loving the triggers, seeing, I have it written down, what I have written down is, oh, that's a blank feeling, smiley face, right? It's like, oh, how do I learn to take the success lightly so that way I can take the frustration lightly? And notice, like, oh, yeah, that's oh, I'm feeling on that peak, the gratification peak, and just seeing it for what it is and knowing that too shall pass, so that if I have inevitably fall into the lump of woe is me, I've got so far to go, I'm so far at the beginning of the curve, to know that, oh, this too shall pass. I am having fun, though. It has gotten much more fun again. The creative process, learning the creative process. That's what I keep hearing from friends. Oh, you're learning your creative process. You're learning your creative process. Like the getting through that stickiness, that breakthrough, to then have the juicy idea to move forward with. So I realize that is going to be the growth opportunity for me, to love where other people are in their process, and embracing that and finding joy and happiness and stoke for other people's success. Because I was talking with a friend, and I'll end with this. I was talking with a friend, and he was like, "Oh, that competitive fire can be great, right? It can definitely pull you forward." And I'm like, "Yes, I love that for other people, but it doesn't work for me anymore. The competitive fire no longer pulls me forward. It depresses me. It's like I need a different. I need a support. I need a service. I need a be firmly focused on that. And that's not to say that people who competitive aren't. It's just for me, I get to learn how to move forward in that space and not have it be I'm going to win or have more or have these success traditional what I would call my traditional success metrics. So I jumped on tonight, wanted to record, was not sure what was going to come out, but you know what? Honestly, as I talk to you, very happy with the direction of this episode and talking about some things that I've learned. I'm going to stop there. Peace out.
Thank you for spending time with me today. As someone who is committed to growth and service to this world, I so appreciate your willingness to come with me, go within, and serve our world through change. If you found value in this podcast and you know someone who can use this message, share this episode with them. Share it so our mission can be achieved one episode at a time. And of course, subscribe so you can hear more. And lastly, for more resources on what has helped me on my journey and can help you on yours, go to belove.media/resources. That's BELOVE.media/resources. Thank you again for listening.